sound. If you never heard about me, then you finna know me now. And believe it's going down. And believe it's going down. I made a move without a sound. Use the lyrics as my weapons. I'ma spit a couple rounds. I may never know what $1 million brings, but I keep waking up to these $1 million dreams.
Yo, this is KG from Top Prize Entertainment Podcast. If you haven't seen any of my current content, you can always follow my YouTube page. You can also, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Podcasts, and I'm also on Instagram and Facebook as well. The gist of what I'm going to get ready to talk about today is everybody been seeing the video about the mother and her 14-year-old son fatally shooting a man at Maxwell's on 116th and Halsted. Now, me doing my research, I've only seen primarily just the one video of the outside version where the mother and the son was pretty much tussling like she was trying to take the gun away from him after shots were fired. And I've been reading a lot of comments, everybody saying, oh, the mother bogus, she should have never called him in there. And the thing is with that is like, yeah, his life is gonna be gone. You know, and she's gonna go down as well. But then I saw another video from someone else who actually filmed down there the whole thing outside of the shooting. And this is how it looked right here. And honestly, y'all, you can't make this up. Me personally, yeah, you have to see it, and I'm about to get ready to show you right now.
Who? Get in the car?
Nay.
Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Talking about what?
Say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Now, after y'all just saw this, me personally, as a man, in that situation, I would have did the exact same thing. My intent wasn't to be to kill the man, but it's no way in hell I'm finna allow anybody to just sit there and just keep cold cocking, hitting my mom in her face. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if it's police. I don't care if it's my brother. I don't care if it's my father. I don't give a damn who it is. You're not just about to beat on my OG and I'm not gonna stand there and do nothing. And that's a fact. The problem is when you out late at night, you're dealing with drunk motherfuckers. And that's exactly what that situation came to. You do not put your hands on women. And that's a problem with black men in America. It's consistent. We have to protect our women by all means. In that situation, that young man protected his mother. Whether she texted him to bring the gun in, he was probably going to give it to her and she was probably going to defend herself. But at that time, as that young man was walking in, his mama was getting hands put on her. And watching that video, I completely understand why that boy let loose. It's adrenaline, you know, and it's in the spur of the moment. Now, unfortunately, this 14-year-old young man still going to be sentenced to some time. Because for what I was told by law, the first shot is self-defense. And the other shot after that is overkill and subjected to charges. Now, the first-degree murder charge, I believe that's going to be dropped. I believe he will probably be charged with manslaughter. By him being 14, if I'm not mistaken, he still will be charged as a juvenile versus an adult. Now, I could be wrong about that, but from what I've read, I'm pretty sure by him being 14, he's going to be charged as a juvenile. I believe you have to be 15, if I'm not mistaken, to qualify to be charged as an adult. Now, they could have changed some laws and things like that, but I'm not 100% sure. But from everything I've read, he can be charged as a juvenile. It's messed up in situations like this when stuff like this happens, because this young man had a bright future ahead of him. Graduated 8th grade with honors. He already had some high school credits. So he was going to graduate high school probably early. And now his life is just like that. In the blink of a moment, his life is pretty much gone. Whether he's in jail for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. In 4 years, he should be graduating high school. Now he's going to be spending those years behind bars. And me personally, I'm hoping that one of these top tier lawyers step in. I'm hoping that one of these top tier lawyers step in and take this case pro bono. And get that young man the lightest sentence that he can get, or potentially get that young man off. Now, the mother, on the other hand, she did tell him to bring the gun in. And then afterwards, she was in pursuit to take the gun from him and continue the process. So, in that heat of the moment, she made another big time mistake as well. But one thing we have to do is, we have to understand that this young man came to the defense of his mother. I would have did it. Anybody else would have done the exact same thing. And I don't like to speak bad about the dead, because rest in peace to that man. I don't know his name, but rest in peace to him. But I say this all the time. You don't know what people have on them. You don't know who they with. You don't know what they're about. But you put your hands on that woman. Not once, but twice. And the result was you losing your life. Now, overall, this is a sad thing to even talk about, because you got one person who lost their life. We have a young scholar that's about to lose his life. So that's 2 black men gone in one swoop. One to the system and one to the grave. We have to understand that certain things you just have to take on the chin, man. Like, you arguing with the woman about food or whatever the case y'all was arguing about. It's not even worth it half the time. Now, if she was beating on you or she would have swung on you and you swung back, I definitely would have understood. But in that same situation, that young man still would have shot you. We just have to learn how to control our impulses. We have to learn how to control our anger. Because stuff like this will never happen if we knew self-control. People make me angry all the damn time, no matter where I'm at. I'll be ready to slap the shit out of people. But I'm like, you know what? I got a lot to live for. And I'm not trying to lose my livelihood because other people's stupidity. You want to argue, go ahead. You're going to sit there, you're going to argue by your damn self. Long as you don't put your hands on me, we all good. Because if you swing on me, then I'm going to beat your head in. And that's facts. But as long as you're not threatening to put physical harm on me, I'm good. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. But that night, nobody should have lost their life. If he would have never swung on her, that boy would have never shot. You can call me all the bitches, the fat motherfuckers. You can call me whatever you want. And I'm going to sit there, I'm going to smile, I'm going to laugh and giggle at you. Because I know that you probably got some hate that's been going on in your life that you can't get out on somebody else, and you just needed to get it off on somebody. Go ahead and get it off on me. Go ahead. Just don't put your hands on me. Me personally, like I said, that young man, in my opinion, that young man wasn't wrong. Because like I said earlier, if I saw a motherfucker swinging on my OG, oh yeah, I'm putting you down. I don't care who you is. I'm putting you down. Because I only get one OG. And I'm going to cherish her every single moment as long as I'm living. And if I got to spend some time behind bars protecting my OG, then that's what I'm going to have to do. And unfortunately, that's what this young man potentially will have to do. And I think he will. For something that shouldn't even happen in the first place. And what pisses me off is we're starting to see stuff like this more and more, where you have these grown ass men arguing with women. Like, come on, man, you a man. You would have been the same if it was another man in front of you. I probably not. You probably would have ran and got a gun if you was arguing with another man. A lot of these young men out here is like bitches. Not calling him one, but a lot of these young men out here are turning into bitches. Straight female tendencies. And that's why us fathers, we got to get back. We got to get back in tune with our sons. We have to. Because a lot of these young men are having female femininity coming out more and more. And stuff like this could have easily been avoided. Easily been avoided. It's crazy because this man's last words was, keep talking and I'm gonna knock your ass out. And that was his last words. Well, all he could have said was, lady, get your damn food and keep it moving and just stop talking. That's all you had to do. Sometimes you just got to tell a person, yeah, you're right, and keep it moving. And stuff like this wouldn't happen. Overall, this whole story, like I said, this whole story is sad overall. One in the grave, one in jail. The mother's going to be incarcerated as well. But I'm talking about the black men in this situation. So there was no winner in this situation. Not one. But the lesson to be taught in this situation is that physical violence is not always needed in the situation. Like I said, you never know who has what on them. You don't know who is with them. And ask yourself, is this really worth your time, effort, and energy? And that's all I have for y'all today. Make sure y'all like, share, comment. If you agree with what I said, disagree with what I said, put it in the comment box. We can always have a conversation. Thank you.